Please.
Flores, turn this up. Thank you very much.
I had 3 more seconds and I had the whole thing.
Just,
I was supposed to have 3 minutes.
sir, thank you. Thank you very much. Next, please.
It's the JR Show from Studio 99 at the American General Media Complex. On air at News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Online at kernradio.com. Now, here is your host, JR.
Top of the day to you. This is the JR Show. I am your host, JR Flores. You're listening to Kern Radio, live from the Kern Radio studios, powered by Adaptive Networks, huh? Stay tuned for that in the coming year. I just thought I'd get used to it and get it out there. Shout out to Adaptive Networks for powering our studio every single day. But you are listening to Kern Radio. Check us out online at kernradio.com. Download the Kern Radio app to your smart device. Take us on all of your holiday vacations as you come upon them this Christmas. And you can also check us out on YouTube. Just head over to YouTube and search up Kern Radio, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and come along with us live every single day at 2:05. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Just search Kern Radio. I am also out there, JR Flores, or why not JR? It is a Friday, and have you looked outside? The sun is shining finally. Goodness gracious, after what has it been, 2 weeks of doom and gloom and no sunshine, and Chris falling into a depression, feeling lonely because of all the gray and the holidays.
Oh, that's not why, but it helped.
I know. I'm just trying to make it seem that way, Chris. Just play along for me. Just play along, okay? Chris is all lonely because the skies are gray and the holidays are coming. Finally, today, the sun is shining and my friend is smiling. I'm also smiling, Chris, because did you have any doubt? Did you ever doubt me? Come on now.
Oh, you?
All of y'all out there that were like, JR's not going to get a ticket. He's just not going to get into Disneyland on Saturday. It's just not, I mean, this procrastinator, he just waited till the last minute and he's just not going to do it. Did you have any doubt your boy would get in? I'll be at Disneyland tomorrow with the rest of the family. Whew, just a little worried there. Came down to finally got it this morning, but we did get it, and we'll be at Disneyland this weekend. I was checking the weather. It was 79 yesterday, 75 today, 72 tomorrow. But again, the sun is finally shining once again here in Bakersfield. So enjoy it, because I think it's back for good now. No more cloudy covers, no more lonely and gloom Christopher. We got Happy Chris back, just in time for the holiday season. It is a What the Faith Friday, so we have some guests, our favorite guests of all, Justin and Maddie Janssen with the Greatest Stories Ever Told, a Bible podcast for families. So if you got kiddos and you're looking at ways to maybe teach them things about the Bible, check out the Greatest Stories Ever Told. Maddie and Justin will be in just a bit to talk about that. And, well, basically the only thing I want to talk about before they come in, Madison Williams. You guys know that I've been talking about this. I'll show the YouTube people what I wrote down on my notes. I'm not going to repeat it. This woman got probation, just like I said she would. Prosecution was looking for 16 years. Judge came down today, handed her down 7 years probation with 1 year to be served in jail. Somehow, this woman has racked up, I think it's 90-some days of credit time served. How? I don't know. But she's managed to. But her sentencing came down this morning. It was a brief hearing, probably took a little bit over an hour. Both sides presented their case on why Madison Williams should or shouldn't receive probation. Ultimately, the judge decided to give her probation. And I just I'm upset. And I understand the judge CYA'd basically during the motion and why he chose to do probation. He cited that he did a lot of research and looking to see if anybody else in similar circumstances has ever received 16 years, because that's what the prosecution was seeking. He couldn't find a case in which that has happened. Most of the time, people in this situation, and somebody earlier that day or yesterday, or as a matter of fact, Wednesday was sentenced. Same kind of case. Guy plowed into a house drunk. Except he took the plea. He said, you know what, I'm going to take the plea. I take full responsibility for everything that I did, and I'm going to take the plea. And he got 3 years probation with 90 days to be served in jail. So the judge highlighted other cases similar to hers in which sentencing wasn't that harsh, which I say, baloney. Yeah, you got to start somewhere, judge. All these soft-ass on crime judges, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm tired of the poor excuses of, well, everybody else is getting off with it. So sure. When are we ever going to make an example out of anybody? When are we going to start setting a new standard? As a judge, why don't you do that? Why don't you say, you know what, you're right. Screw all the other cases, because those people shouldn't have gotten off either. And it's about time we start setting a new example. And here's a perfect opportunity to do so. And a woman that has shown no remorse, none whatsoever, from the time that she crashed into that house, caught it on fire, and injured all of the occupants to this day, has still not. And she pretends in court that she does. And boy, I'm glad it's a What the Faith Friday and I don't have to go over this all day, and that the Janssens are going to come in and calm me down, and we're going to talk about God and Christmas and the Israelites going through the desert and their escape out of Egypt. Because this woman, and I use woman lightly because on my notes it says something else, but I can't repeat that on the air. So we ain't going to go there. And as a Christian, I shouldn't speak that way, but she did give a statement in which she read from. She said she always felt deep pain and remorse for her accident, and that she made a severe error that night in judgment. Woman, you've showed no remorse. I know some of the CHP that were on duty that night. You were more concerned about your Louis Vuitton bag inside of the car and how you were gonna get it out of the burning house, much less the 3 people inside. And now all of a sudden you have this come to Jesus moment. Oh, I have found God, and now he's going to show me what my life's path's purpose truly is. Woman, I hope you have. But that doesn't mean that you can't talk to God behind a jail cell where you belong. He also noted that, well, there's no prior convictions because the case from June, just 4 months before she crashed into a house, hasn't gone to trial yet either. 3 freaking years. And the one that happens before this hasn't gone to trial, so he says, well, there's no prior convictions for DUI, knowing that she's sitting on one. And the fact that this woman, during that prior conviction, during that prior DUI, has stated to the officer that was arresting her, I know judges, makes me want to question this judge and every single soft, calm down, JR. Every single one of them in there. I'm tired, and so are the citizens of this community. We're tired of being victimized by people that think they can be above the law, and they continue to get away with it, and nothing is going to change. This woman acts like she showed remorse. I know people that seen her in a bar after the fact. Hell, she probably scrubbed her social media, but there was posts of her down in Mexico after the accident. And you don't go down to Mexico just to hang out on the beach. I am so upset with this case. I'm upset with the judge. Credit, and go ahead, District Attorney's Office. This is your one. Credit to Cynthia Zimmer, who showed up to court this morning for sentencing in this case. I hope she investigates all of the claims. Oh, and the judge also stated, well, she wasn't charged with bribery, so I can't really go anything off of that. I want to know the connections. I want to know who knows who and how and what and why, because this is baloney. And if this woman, and he warned her, the judge said this is, and I forget what they call it. It's part of the law where he basically stood there and said, if you go out and you drink and you get in an accident and kill somebody, you will be charged with murder. Do you understand, Miss Williams? And she said, yes. And that's the second time she's heard that. The second time. Now a judge is telling her that. And if this woman goes out and gets drunk and kills somebody, not only should she be held responsible for murder, but so should that judge too. I'm sick and tired of this soft on crime approach that we have. Well, that's just the way that all of them have gone. Start setting a standard. Grow a pair. Get me the break, Chris. Our guests are here. It's a What the Faith Friday. I'm going to take a lap around. We're going to calm down. Lord, bring me some peace. I got my Disneyland ticket. I'm already on the 5. I'm passing the Hard Rock. Heck, I might make a stop. I should stop at the BCHS game tonight down south. Where's that at? Saddleback?
Saddleback, yeah.
Is
I
that
think
on
it
the way?
starts at 4, though.
4?
I think so, if I remember correctly.
Really?
It was earlier.
I'll have to look at that. But yeah,
Maybe wrong, but I swear I heard it was supposed to start at 4.
Bakersfield Christian High School headed down south to play in a state championship game. Good luck to Coach Darren Carr and all the boys out at Bakersfield Christian High School. Y'all got it. Don't even trip. I'm calling it right now. Shake your head in there, Chris. I've called every single one.
Mush them.
I've called every single. I'm not Ralph Bailey. I'm not the mush.
Yeah, you say that now.
I'm not the mush.
Say that now. Darren's going to be knocking on your door
This will
afterwards.
be
JR.
the second state title.
What did I tell you about predicting us winning?
For Coach Darren Carr? I just might make a stop. I can get there by the end of the game. See if
Okay.
it's on my way to Disneyland. Get to a break. Our guests, the Jansens, Justin and Maddie from Just Mad Productions and the Greatest Stories Ever Told, a family Bible podcast, come by. Tell us where they're at in the Bible. I'm going to ask them about Christmas, how they celebrate as well. It's the JR Show. It's Kern Radio. We'll be right back.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. The Bob Ross stuff is the stuff that I got. I should have had a cotton candy machine, but those are the Bob Ross bobbleheads that I got. Happy Friday, David. Yeah, the Bob Ross is the stuff that I had traded for the cotton candy machine. Yeah, and then she tried to throw philanthropy in there again. Out of control.
Grapevine MSP, they don't just fix problems, they solve them. Their fully managed IT services keep your systems running smoothly and securely 24/7. So when something happens at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not going to be stuck trying to reach a provider. Grapevine MSP's local team is already on it. With advanced network monitoring, they generally catch the issue before you even notice, and they're calling you to say that it's already been handled. Their dedicated cybersecurity team protects you daily from evolving threats, while their industry-leading backup and disaster recovery keep your business online even at a crisis. All this for one simple, transparent monthly rate. Call 661-377-2992 or visit grapevinemsp.com to schedule your free network evaluation today. Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids, no matter where you are.
Good day, good day.
975.
Come on in. And I was just going off about Madison Williams.
Our passion is taxes.
The girl that crashed into the house. She got off the probation.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS.
Oh yeah, I was not. Yeah, I said if she goes out and gets in an accident, and the judge told her if you drink and drive and you kill somebody, it's murder now. And I just went a step further. I said, yeah, and if she does, not only should she be held liable, but that judge should be too. I'm sick of the soft and crime approach. So I'm tired of it. She had a plan. And then he goes and says, well, that case isn't done yet, so she has no prior convictions.
So you're not even counting it? That's why? It's because he's not counting it? Oh, technicality? Because you don't know that it's real, like it's not real.
I can't. Oh, I'm stronger. Oh, sorry. I need a little gospel in my life. Just calm down. Plus these next guests. My goodness, it is a What the Faith Friday. What the faith is going on in that case? Anyways, let's move forward. Got my favorite guests of all time. Literally, my favorite. These are my two favorite guests. I'm not just saying that because they're here. I truly, you guys' energy, everything. It's just fun, and I enjoyed this segment. I enjoy our time together. It's Justin and Maddie Janssen from Just Mad Productions and the Greatest Stories Ever Told, the Bible podcast for families. Go out wherever podcasts are and look it up, and you guys can check it out. You guys have started at the beginning.
Right.
In the beginning.
Genesis.
And now we've moved on into, are we still in Exodus?
We are. There's a lot of Exodus to go, I think.
Well, I mean,
40
years in the Bible,
yes.
40 years in the desert. It could take a couple chapters.
We haven't even started 1 year in the desert, so they just left Egypt in chapter 14.
Oh, gosh.
So, yeah, we got a ways.
Well, before we get to that, though, I don't know if you've noticed the decorations behind me, and it is the season. And that's me. I'm the Grinch. Because people are asking me right now because I'm not feeling the Christmas spirit this year. I'm just not. I feel like we have lost the essence of Christmas and the meaning and what Christmas is all about. And it's become very, very commercialized. And I'm just like, I don't feel it this year. I don't know why. And I'm not going to ruin it for my 8-year-old.
Right.
But I just, how do you guys do Christmas in the Janssen household? Do you guys do Santa? Do you guys do?
I don't know if you wanted to go first. I'm a mic hog.
She's like, go ahead. You get this one.
Well, so we did.
Right.
We always did, but our kids are very skeptical.
I
And they started being skeptical at a very young age. So
I don't want it. If I could have, I would have just off Santa a long time ago. Just because her mom, all about Santa. So I'm not gonna step on those toes.
Right, I get it.
But then again, don't ask me to lie to my daughter either, because
That's so hard. I agree. I think that's so hard. I think a great way to do that is teach her about the real Saint Nicholas. And St. Nicholas Day was last Saturday. It's December 6th. But you can still talk about, well, who is Santa really?
Right.
This is where he came from. This great man who followed Jesus and loved Jesus and fought for the truth of the Bible and loved children and gave away his fortune to the poor. So that's where we get Santa from. A lot of other traditions collide, but I mean, that is who Saint Nicholas is. And so I love teaching kids about that. I think that that's a great way to soften that blow.
But I'm like a Calvinist. I just want to go hardcore, straight by the book. Like, we're not doing any holidays. These are all pagan holidays. These are all rooted in paganism, and we're not supposed to be mixing those cultures and doing these things. And so I get torn because, like I told people yesterday, I might be this way, but I just bought her Christmas gift. You know what I mean? And it's probably going to say Santa Claus on it.
Right.
I struggle.
Yeah, last week I'm up on the roof putting
the
Christmas
lights
up, plugging them in, seeing a whole strand not work. We have the Christmas tree normally. We do all of those things, but same thing. We realize that there's the Christmas holiday
commercial,
and then there's the set aside part. That yes, right away, yes, we know Jesus wasn't born in the wintertime, all of those sorts of things. But
again, Justin, you're gonna make me go down a rabbit hole.
But we can say we're going to set apart a when Jesus was born, regardless of the time of year. We just went through Passover where God actually changed the calendar to make this a holiday at this time. Or can we change our own kind of internal calendars to kind of reshift to go, we're just going to celebrate that this did happen, and it's amazing. And yes, there's some things I like to think. Did the wise men have snowball fights? Probably not. I would say that's maybe not geographically correct. I always think there's 4 wise men. The fourth one brought a bad white elephant gift, so he got kicked out. I can add something there, but let's break all of that other stuff away and just say we are going to celebrate the miracle of the birth of Jesus and what that meant for all humankind at all time. And it's also a Christmas time as well. We can do 2 things at once. Can we hold both of these in our hands with not letting the commercialism overshadow everything? And also bringing up our kids, realizing, yes, the gifts are nice. You're going to have some stuff under the tree. Not as much anymore because half of your income just got done this year. But why are we really here? It's because we want to show what Jesus meant to us.
And JR, I feel like I felt that too before, but I miss the Christmas magic. But,
I know.
And I think another thing that has helped me also is realizing we're not just celebrating the birth of Jesus, but we're looking forward to his eventual return, right? It's the day that he will wipe away every tear. And I don't know why that's just been getting to me lately, because I know that the holidays can be really heavy if you have a hard situation, if you've lost a loved one, if finances are really tough, if you are going to be alone for the holidays. And I think that even more so, Jesus's birth and his second coming, when he comes again, is the best news possible.
Yeah.
If you are in a dark place, like, there is no better reason to celebrate the fact that he will come again and he will make all things right.
Yeah, that's the hope we cling to.
Exactly.
That's the faith that we have, right? Thank you. So you got me back in the spirit.
Well, technically, too, if I say that I don't like Christmas, I miss all shots of ever being cast in a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Oh, yeah.
So I have to keep,
you got to keep the balance there. No, but I loved your answer, Justin. It is perfect because you brought in the other part where I go, well, this isn't really Jesus' birthday.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what we're doing over here, but this isn't supposed to be this way either. I was having a conversation with a youth pastor yesterday, and we were discussing the same thing. And he's got a newborn, and she's, I think, just over a year. And he's talking about she doesn't really get it right now, but we're not going to do Santa. And they're talking about doing 3 gifts because Jesus got those 3 gifts on when he was born. And so they're kind of trying to incorporate those things to make it more about what Christmas is supposed to be.
I love that. I think that if I had been further along in my faith when we started having kids, we probably would have gone down that road, similar road. But I feel like we've grown so much in the last couple of years as we've grown with our kids, really. So I'm really just now coming to that. But I love that. There's this theologian I follow called Every Woman a Theologian, Felicia Masonheimer. But she has lots of great resources for teaching your kids about the difference between, secular Christmas and what we celebrate, and like explaining Santa and explaining Halloween if you don't celebrate that. And she has great resources if someone out there is looking for some.
What's it called?
Every Woman a Theologian.
Every Woman a Theologian.
That's her ministry, yes.
All right. Well, we're up against the news. Speaking of podcasts and ones to go listen to, the greatest stories ever told, right? Get it wherever podcasts are out. It's Justin and Maddie Janssen. We'll get with them after the break, talk about where we are in the podcast. We're walking through the desert 40 years. It took me 40 years to find Jesus. I tell people that all the time. I didn't come to Jesus until I was 40. And I felt like the Israelites did walking through that desert. Boy, I wanted to go back so many times. We'll get into that with the Jansons. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. Later in the broadcast, I don't want to talk about Madison Williams anymore. I really don't. I really. I want to talk about Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland this weekend. That's where I'll be.
Fun.
Right? Go down to Disney. Get to the bottom of the hour news. Come back on the other side. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
Fun.
Oh, yeah. You started a trend, by the way. I wasn't going to bring it up on the radio.
Uh-oh.
People leaving KGET. What the heck did you do?
I broke it. I'm so wild. It was
You broke
absolutely
the whole
wild.
thing. Broke the whole
I
thing.
couldn't do it without them.
I mean, the whole place fell apart.
It's insane. I know.
Like, what happened? I don't know anybody out there anymore.
It's so wild.
I think-
It's so wild.
Things just happen.
I think Jim's about to retire too.
Then one foot in the door.
You know why
For so
though?
long.
Because Kevin is taking Robin's
Is
job.
really? I didn't realize that was her job that he was taking, but I knew she was on the brink of moving.
Well, yeah, when I heard that he got that position, I was like, is that Robin's job? But then I know somebody that works for Dignity, and they got the email that said, yeah, that he's the new.
That's crazy.
And so it automatically go, well, if she's retiring,
Yeah,
why wouldn't Jim? Like,
Right.
that only makes sense,
it does.
right?
However, he works 4 days a week, 4 hours a day. So, I mean, if you wanted to just keep that job forever,
Yeah.
you'd be
I
like,
mean, you could.
sure, why not? Like,
Yeah.
just for fun. Like,
But I think he's gonna step out too.
yeah, they've got lots of great kids kind of all over.
Yeah, they got family everywhere. It just makes me worried that they'll never get you guys. Like, those kids are young.
I know. Well,
They're young, and those kids don't stay around.
uh-huh.
They're 2 years and they're, you know what I mean? And so,
Really isn't safe for us.
Stay-
This has changed so drastically.
nobody's saving the market anymore. Like, all you guys were there for, I mean,
Well, and also, like, you can't stay anymore because the work hours, the expectations have changed so much. You know, you used to be able, the job that I had, you didn't get out there. I was like,
that's all you did.
and you weren't gonna say,
News Talk
it's just because
96.1
it's changed so
Yeah.
much.
AM 1180.
I always knew like 23's always been like that, where they're just like a feeder, you know what I mean? But 17 has been that one that was like,
We had a really sweet thing
you
for a
have
long
these,
time.
you have these people that you've watched for decades on the news, and you trust them, and you come to know them, and you know what I mean? You have a relationship with them almost. And it's not that same anymore.
They're gonna try to cultivate that, as long as Derek and Mike are there, they're gonna try.
Oh, I know, yeah. No, I'm sure they will. It's just, yeah, if you can't keep somebody around for more than 2 years, you can't. I mean,
Yeah, how can you do
you get that rotating, and I mean, at least get long.
I
Because you
know.
gotta think, 23 has like, Hart's been there forever. Herman's been at 29 forever. So you have those stalwarts at least, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, what is it, Tammy?
Yeah, that's
Tammy in that age?
Elena's now gonna take
She,
a bigger role.
yeah.
And so,
Candy's been there for a little bit now. She won't go anywhere. She's not going anywhere. But, yeah, I'm worried about the other ones. Like, especially the morning kids. I mean,
I know.
I don't see them.
I think they thought they could have Kev forever. I don't think anyone saw. No one saw him. I didn't.
Give the perfect golf gift
I mean,
in seconds with Central Coast Golf Card. Huge savings on California's best
Mhm.
courses in an instant. Last
Yeah.
minute maximum value, no shipping. Get it now at centralcoastgolfcard.com.
It's crazy. As soon as Kevin, I was like, Maddie, you started this. Did everybody know and everybody just waited?
I told you on social say I was still involved tomorrow. And then post the podcast and just promote the podcast with nothing.
All the tea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. That would have been great. It would have worked too. People would have been all over it. Like, oh my gosh.
It does look suspicious.
Like 1 year. That's
Back to the JR Show.
when did you leave?
The end of June was my last day. June
How
30th.
come I kept thinking like the beginning of this year? Oh my gosh, this year.
No.
Ah. Sometimes the conversations in the break are better. If you're on YouTube, welcome back. It's the JR Show. Radio.com. Download the Current Radio app to your smart device. Take us on all-day vacations, like if you're headed to Disneyland over the weekend, like myself. You can also find us on YouTube. Just search up Current Radio on YouTube. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll come live with us every single day. We're also on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X. Current Radio, or myself, JR Floors, or why not JR? My guests that were here before are also all over social media. You can find them and their podcast, The Greatest Stories Ever Told. Find it wherever Bible podcasts are at, right? Apple, Spotify, all of them.
YouTube's on there, yeah.
Is it?
Oh,
Oh, there you are.
Oh, hello, sorry.
Chris is paying attention. Yeah, so you guys are now in Exodus.
Yes.
And you said we're barely getting out of Egypt.
Mhm. Yeah. Exodus 14. So I think that's this coming week's, that'll be the next Wednesday. So this week it was Exodus 13 that came out
Yeah.
on Wednesday.
The pace is we're doing one chapter a week.
About.
So we have
We
about
mix it
1
up
to
every
2.
now and then.
There's a lot of chapters in the Bible.
Oh, yeah.
You realize this. So that is one thing that'll, at this point on this pace, will be in the will for the kids. Is they get to take that over.
They get to take
at this
over.
pace.
Yeah, we talked about, can we bump it up to 2? Like, I don't know that we have the capacity
I
to
don't
do
know if
2
we're ever
a
gonna
week
get
right
out.
now, but we're never going to get
Yeah.
into the New
That's what
Testament,
I was
right?
about to say. We're never going to get out of the New Testament. I feel like the Israelites already.
I know.
My goodness gracious. I always enjoy Exodus. It's one of the books I say that right before like Leviticus and Numbers and really hard. I'm sorry.
Right.
Those are hard chapters
It's still
to
a
get through.
narrative, right?
It's still a story. It's still a
storytelling.
narrative. And like I said before the break, I feel connected to it because it took me that long to find God as well. And during that, I was like, oh, well, I'm going to go this way. No, you're going to go that way. And you're going to go in circles. And then you're going to go through things. And you're going to battle stuff. And all of those things. And I'm just like, I feel connected to that story. I like it.
What have you guys picked up out of so far where you've been in Exodus?
One is kind of building off what you said, is this idea that following God, following Jesus isn't a straight line just to happiness and wealth and success. And up there's the answer, boom.
And easy.
Yeah, and
Like-
that was never the promise.
Right.
And I don't think it should not be that way. It's the idea that you have a faith and a foundation built in something that can get you through any of those situations. Because one thing we know, those situations are here now or will come in your lives. And it's the foundation that you put your trust in that's going to help you build through that. And a lot of times that can waver. That trust can waver. We see it with the Israelites. It's going to continue to waver. Our next chapter this week is going to be one of the biggest miracles ever happened. They part the sea.
Right.
If you saw that as a person, you would say, that's it. Okay,
good.
God can do it ever.
Yeah, I'm
and when they go,
sold.
they turn around right away and they just go back to wanting to go back
Go
to
back
Egypt.
to Egypt. We'd
They
rather
want to
be
just
in
wander in the
Egypt.
desert. They won't listen. And it's a continued cycle of understanding that we are always building our way there, but don't quite ever to be there
Yeah, we
in
never
our journey.
arrive, right.
Yes. And
It's-
that's what I've been getting out of it.
One of the ones I was just writing next week, so from Exodus 14, and it's right before God parts the Red Seas, and they are up against like a rock in a hard place,
Right.
an Egyptian army and
the Red
the
Sea.
sea.
Yeah.
And they are
And
crying
we've all
out
felt
to
that
God.
way, right? We've
I'm
all felt
stuck. God.
Like, where am I supposed to go?
And I think what I got from that was we have to remember to expect God to do big things. He is a God of miracles still. He wasn't just a God of miracles in the Old Testament and the New Testament. He still is a God of miracles, and he could do so much more, far surpassing anything that we could imagine. And we should pray big prayers. We should expect him to do miracles. We should be on the lookout. Like, where are you working, God? What miracles are you doing? And just know that he is always working. And we can pray those big prayers, and whether or not he answers them is up to him, because he has a better plan if he doesn't, right? But I think that was one thing I took away, is we should stop thinking small, expecting him to be small. Like, he is so big and he can do so many things.
We put him in a box sometimes, you know what I mean? And expect him to only do worldly things.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he's not of this world. He
Exactly.
can do it all.
Yeah, and a lot of times that can be because we're trying to control the outcome.
Oh.
So we're controlling it. We know our limitations. So
Mhm.
we're putting those limitations on God because
Yeah.
really in the back of our mind, we're trying to control the outcome.
I'm always
that's
trying
right.
to. I have
Yeah,
to
oh,
be in
yeah.
control. It's one of the reasons I hate to fly, because I'm not in control. And so I think that has been the hardest step into faith for me, is letting go, is complete
Mhm.
surrender.
Yeah.
And I try to tell people it's not a one-time thing.
Right.
Like, I have to wake up every single day and surrender.
Yeah.
That wasn't like, oh, I gave my life to Jesus 5 years ago. No, it's an everyday reminder. Like, I am to lay down and surrender every single time.
Yep.
Because I don't know any better.
Yeah, his will. I pray that most days before, like, our kids, we start school. It's like, your will, God, help me to put my plan aside
Right.
for your plan. Like,
Yeah.
you direct my steps. The things that I want to get done, help me to just like get the blinders off. You know, you just put blinders on, like, got to do this today. And just so that we can see, what are you doing?
What
Where
are you
do
working?
you want me
Yeah.
to
Where
be doing?
where am I supposed to be going according to
Exactly.
your will, not
Yeah.
not my plans?
Exactly.
I also, sorry.
No, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, I also have to say the titles have been fun to try to make up during Exodus too.
What did you come up with? I remember last time we were here, it was the bush, The
my
bush
God.
is on fire.
So my next favorite one, it's been out, and sometimes things hit. It's like,
I
oh,
love
the
it.
Lord is real. And it was when Moses goes and does the staff, the kings, and the snakes.
Right.
And I don't know, some reason I've just hit me there. And she's already shaking her head. And I was like, here
I
it
love
is.
it. I love it.
Snakes on a cane.
Snakes on.
And if there's nothing like divine inspiration,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Maddie. We're dads. We love-
So this is like the daddest dad jokes in the
A
world.
lot of times there's 2 or 3 that she's like, not those.
Not
Definitely
that one, no, that's
There's
not
some
good
that are
enough.
just too far. You know, like my eyes will fall out of my head. I'm sorry.
That's when you know it's good. Those are the best ones. Keep bringing them. Do you feel like in the journey through the desert, and that it was it more of a growing of their faith or a testing of their faith? And I ask that because I go back to like the book of Job, right? And that I almost see that was like a testing of Job's faith. I mean, you have the conversation between God and the devil practically, and he's like, oh, well, try it out on my friend Job. I bet you can't take him. And it's almost a testing of the faith. Do you feel that same way? Is it a testing of the faith as going through the desert, or was it more of a growing of their faith? Or both?
I think both. I would say both, personally.
Yeah, I was going to cheat and do answer C, but not cheat. It is a lot of times when you're tested, that's when you really have to dig down. And that's, you know, like, what's that saying? Like steel sharpens steel or something like that. It's when it goes through that fire, it's going to come out stronger. And I know in my journey, the times where it seems like the faith has peaked and picked up and reinvigorated was after times of an intense testing.
Yeah.
And I think you're right. During the Bible, you can easily see whenever these people were tested, a lot of times they came out with a stronger faith. So sometimes that's what it takes.
It is a growing of the faith by fire.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? And boy, did they go through some fire in the desert.
Yeah, and we don't want those times, right? We think, you know, we just want to follow Jesus and just have everything be okay. But it's so true that we don't want the tests and the trials and the heartbreaks and the hardships, but those are the places where we grow the most.
Yeah, it's where you're supposed to go. Okay, that's where you completely go. Okay, I'm just going to cling to you, God.
Yeah,
because I don't know what's going on.
Right.
And also thinking, our pastor says this a lot, what happens to you is meant to be done through you. So a lot of times those testings of growing of your faith is something to give you testimony to counsel someone, help someone that's going through that same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what a powerful way to share the love, the heart, the feet, the hands of Jesus by saying, I know where you've been. I know what you're going through. And I know someone that can help you through that.
Yeah.
And kind of giving them also, while they're being tested, they may have that faith or not, to help them grow in their own. A lot of times, a lot of that testing is just building our testimony for those that need it out there.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, I love the Exodus story. I like I said, I connect to it. I went through it. I went through 40 years of searching and not knowing God, I guess, really. You know what I mean? I used to have big questions. One of my biggest ones is, can I find God without religion? Is that possible? I used to doubt God or question Jesus. I would say terrible things like, oh, I'm going to put Jesus in the box of things I used to believe, like Santa Claus. And that's where I go back to Christmas and Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and the Easter Bunny. And it's like, well, what else did they lie to me about? You know what I mean? Like, what else isn't true in here? And so it took a long time, that 40 years of walking and finally coming to basically like the Red Sea. And when you're in that rock and that hard place and you're like, I ain't got nowhere else to go. Okay, God. And then he parts that sea for you. And it's just like, okay. And it was good for me then. I was like, all right, I see it. I'm good. And that doesn't mean I don't struggle with faith now or have questions, just like the Israelites, right? How many miracles did they see along that path through the desert? Whether it was the parting of the sea, whether it was the manna from the sky, whether it was the water out of the rock, even though that kind of got Moses in trouble.
Right. Yeah. You know, another thing that brings up is God tells them to remember and to have these festivals and these ways to remember what he did, because our hearts are so apt to forget those miracles that he's done in our own lives. Yeah. And so I love a prayer journal. I love just praying and praising him for past miracles, both in the Bible and that he's done in our lives, so that we remind our hearts who he is over and over again, because our hearts are just so quick to forget.
Yeah, they are. It's wild. How are the kids taking it? How are the kids journeying through Exodus?
They're doing great. Yeah.
Because like I said, some of these books are going to start to get difficult because it is geared for kids. It is geared for families to be able to participate and do it together. How do you keep it lighthearted like that and geared towards the family while we're going through some of the more difficult books?
Well, he makes all the lighthearted stuff at the beginning. I get the fun questions when we read them at home, like during homeschool. I've got all the fun questions about when people begot other people and so laid with his wife and begot so-and-so. So I get all those fun explanations and everything. But yeah, he has the fun with all the whimsy and
add in some sound effects, say some bad jokes. I've got a lot of Macho Man trivia, He-Man trivia, but sometimes some of those tough conversations just have to happen with the kids, and it has to be blunt and say, hey, this is what we're going to talk about. I had to have the talk with my oldest, and I just said, here's what's gonna, here's what it is, what questions you have, and let's lay it out. But we have had that conversation. Like, I kind of joke around. I was like, at one point, we're going to get into Songs of Solomon. What are you going to do with that?
Right? Exactly.
And wouldn't we so much rather have our kids come to us with those questions when they're hearing it from the Bible than when they're hearing it from their friends at school? So that's, when you get a tough question from your kid, just be grateful that they're asking you that question.
And don't feel like you have to make up an answer.
No.
If you don't know, just say, you know what, let's go find it together.
Exactly.
Let's go to the Bible together. Let's pray together about it, and then we can go into the Bible and find it together.
I have done so much research because my kids have asked me questions that I couldn't answer. And I love it. I get to learn more because they ask questions that maybe I was afraid to ask. And I love that they ask those questions, have those skeptical minds. And I want to just teach them now young to where to go with those questions, to take their questions to God and take their doubts and their fears to God.
Yeah, because I wish I would have. Like I said, I didn't have that when I was a kid and questioning and going, and even in my 20s and going, what? I have all these questions and I don't know where to go for these answers. And like I said, it wasn't until I was 40, I hit up against the wall going, oh, here's the answers.
Yeah.
Here's okay. And I'm going to turn right when I should have turned left. Sorry, God.
Yeah. And he can handle our hard questions. I think I was afraid for so long that if I tested him, he would not show up, right? That that I would find something out I didn't like. But God can handle our tough questions, and he absolutely is as loving and as just and as righteous as we could imagine.
Yeah.
Well, mimics a true relationship. That's what he wants. If you're just placating someone and and talking to them in surface level questions and surface level devotions and surface level prayers, that's not a true deep relationship. Right. So there's going to be times where you may be angry, going like, what's going on? What's happening right now? Why is this happening? And
I still
go to him. Oh yeah, I do too. And there's times where you're sad, times where I don't know where to go from here. But again, to get that deeper level relationship, you go with them with all your emotions and having those questions. When you were talking about questioning religion and questioning, the difference between Jesus' religion, I always go back thinking, where were some of Jesus's biggest criticisms was to his church? Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing here?
And trust me. And I talked about it earlier this week. I won't drag you guys into it with the Tastries Bakery case. And I start going, I hold Christians and believers and followers probably to a more stricter standard than I do non-believers or people that are just barely getting into the faith, because we're supposed to know better, right? At least a little bit. We're supposed to know a little bit more. And so I do have, when it comes to at least looking at my fellow believers, like, I question that. I question the church a lot, where I get into, yeah, JR, you're probably asking too many questions.
But also when I question others or think that way, because we all have it in our mind, we all want to, just look at others and say, what's going on? I have a prayer a lot saying, show me the eyes of Jesus of that person's heart. Because that's one thing, Jesus, the world, we will all see the person as the world sees them. Jesus sees them as their heart and what they will be with him.
Yeah.
And I always think about the woman at the well. The world saw that woman sitting there at the well in sin. He saw what she could be when she followed him and as she went in his path. And And it's so tough because one thing I love, same thing I love to look at someone. It's like, oh, your initial judgments will come out, and it's just a constant prayer. Is like, just slow me down, please.
Just slow me down. Yeah.
Give me the eyes any way you can where I can see as you saw people, because that was the power of Jesus. He sees us for who we are in his way, following him, not the way the world sees us and sees everyone else.
I love it. I love it. So where are we headed next? What's the next episode about?
We're getting the big one. Exciting. It's going to be Parting of the Red Sea.
Nice. And that drops on Wednesday, right? Every Wednesday?
Yes. So.
And a big milestone. We're almost at 1 year.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I'm impressed with us.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, it's hard. It's for me, I at least go, okay, I'm live every single day. So I have to do this. Like I have to walk down the hall and do it every day at 2:00, where you guys are like, maybe we don't feel like doing it this week, and you're still doing it.
And he challenged me last year when he wanted to start in January while I was still working. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we can do this. And the fact that we got through those first 6 months of the year while I was still at KGET, so it was shocking. And then now we have almost made it to a year. So
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you guys, like I've told you before, you guys are welcome back all the time. We'll probably make you a regular once a month. I've already told Maddie and Justin that you guys can come back once a month. Pick a day, any Friday. What the faith? It's all you guys. I love talking about just faith, the Bible, you guys' podcast, how you guys are moving through it, the different stories. I appreciate the conversation, and I appreciate you guys coming on.
Same.
So thanks.
We love getting
Thank
to
you
talk
so
about
much. Go find it wherever podcasts are at. The greatest stories ever told. Just Mad Productions. Justin, Maddie, you get it? Just Mad.
Get it?
Get it? Huh? You get it? I explain all the jokes, Maddie. I explain them all. It's part of the dad humor. I go, what? Did you get it? I see what I did there. I made a funny.
You do know if you have to. You do know if you have to explain a joke, it's not
funny,
right?
That's why. It's part of the dad. You'll learn one day, Chris. When you're a dad, you'll get how dad jokes work.
Does it just happen in
It
the
just happens.
hospital? Like when you hold the baby. It's like
the humor comes with it right after.
When you see what happens in the birth of a child in a hospital, your whole world and humor and everything changes. So
you see what happens. Okay.
And on that note, go find it wherever podcasts are at. The greatest stories ever told is Justin and Maddie Janssen. Oh, I love it. They'll be back every month, you guys. It is a What the Faith Friday. Thanks so much for stopping by,
Thanks,
you guys.
Jar.
Thank you.
We'll take a break. If you guys got any questions, comments, 661-842-5376, 661-842-KRN. We'll take you into the weekend. I got to get to Disneyland. It's the JR Show. It's Current Radio. We'll be right back.
No, my sister.
News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Coming up on the Monday edition of the Faith Travis and Buck Sexton Show, we're getting down to it, my friends, for the end of the year, looking at how this Trump economy is rolling along. Big focus on affordability, on prices, and also perhaps a neighbor to our south.
We'll talk about the absolute latest on Venezuela and what might happen there. You won't want to miss it. Come hang with us on the Monday edition of Clay and Buck.
Live 9 to noon. News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN.
Hey folks, Scott Cox here for Sangera Subaru. Well, it's that time again. It's time for the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event. Now through January 2nd, buy or lease a new car, and both Subaru and Sangera are going to donate $325 on your behalf to one of 4 national or 2 local charities. They include Make-A-Wish, Meals on Wheels, the ASPCA, National Forest Service, plus locally, we got Honor Flight Kern County and Global Family and the Daughter Project. And what's great is you get a brand new car plus donate to charity, like a 2025 Crosstrek Premium CVT. Right now, you can lease one for just $149 a month for 36 months with $5,100 due at signing. The Subaru Share the Love event is going on right now at Sangera Subaru in the Bakersfield Auto Mall or 24/7 at sangerasubaru.com.
Through January 2nd, 2026, lease 2025 Premium CVT, model code SRB-14 for only $149 a month on a 36-month lease, $5,100 due at lease signing plus tax and license, 0 security deposit, 10,000 mile a year limit, 15 cent per mile overage, MSRP $32,317, VIN number SH304567.
Come see what's growing at Bowles Nursery, 3255 Allen Road. Bowles Nursery is a full-service nursery and landscaping company, including irrigation installation and repair. If you're currently not getting the water coverage you need to maintain a beautiful yard, come see Bowles Nursery and talk to them about it. While you're there, check out the huge selection of pottery, bulk materials, shade trees, fruit trees, and more. Did you know that right now is the very best time to plant? Come out to Bowles Nursery and take advantage of the everyday savings throughout the nursery. 3255 Allen Road on the corner of Allen and Meacham. Bowles Nursery also carries exquisite water features and one of the largest selections of succulents around. Come see why Bowles Nursery is one of Bakersfield's largest and most fully stocked nurseries in town. 3255 Allen Road, just off the corner of Meacham. For more information, look them up on Facebook or check them out on the web at bowlesnursery.com.
The Armstrong and Getty Show, weekdays noon to 2 on News Talk 96.1 and AM 1180 KERN. Now, back to the JR Show.
I wish I had a witness tonight. All I need is one. When everyone else around me, yeah. Everyone else can only see the worst in me. Does anybody have that testimony? When folk walked you off, said you would never make it, what did he see? He saw the best in me. When everyone else around me, yeah. Everyone else
Welcome back. It's the JR Show. So What the Faith Friday. I want to thank Justin and Maddie Janssen for stopping by. Greatest stories ever told. Look it up wherever podcasts are. I love them. I love them. They hit it. They got me back into the Christmas spirit. I feel good about Christmas again and being able to at least try to incorporate what the real spirit of Christmas is and still be able to do Christmas commercially, if that makes sense. 661-842-5376, 661-842-KERN. Anything on the board, sir, before we go home for the day, or I head to Anaheim?
No, we are bare at the moment, actually.
All right, good. I know there was some stuff in the YouTube there. I didn't get a chance to look in because we were talking in the break there. I was telling Maddie, and I told her I wasn't gonna say it on the air, but here I am about to say it on the air. She started a trend.
She started a trend?
Uh-huh.
Which is?
Leaving KGET. I looked at her and I said,
okay.
I said, it's your fault, Maddie.
It might actually be her
it's your
fault.
fault.
It might actually.
She just starts laughing. I'm like, first you. And then Alex. And now Kevin. What? And she's like, I know everybody thinks it's a conspiracy and it's not, I promise. I was like, I know it's not. But you know who's next to go? And this is just a hunch. This is just me just drawing off of my hunch and mathing it and putting one and one together and getting two. Okay. Kevin Charette leaves, right?
Uh-huh.
Whose job did he just take?
That would be the
Robin Mangren Scott.
Yes.
Robin Mangren Scott has been at Dignity for a very long time. She is retiring and Kevin Charette is taking her position. Who is Robin Mangren Scott married to?
That would be Jim Scott.
That would be Jim Scott. You're going to tell me that Robin is retiring and Jim Scott is not?
Well,
I'm just saying.
Oh, you got a good point there. I'm not going to say you're wrong.
This is me speculating.
Maybe,
I have no inside information.
Maybe Jim loves it still, though. Maybe
I have no lead. Well, you go in and you work 4 hours a day, 4 days a week.
Get paid all that money.
You might as well be Andre Gonzalez. Oh.
How? Nah, let's not put him in the same category. Come on now.
I had to get one in. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Let's not put Jim Scott in the same category.
I know Jim works way harder than Andre. Way harder than Andre.
I'm pretty sure reading a teleprompter is harder than anything that Andre has ever had to do.
Sorry. But yeah, that's my speculation. I don't have, again, any insider information. If Robin's retiring, why wouldn't Jim? Got to get out of here for the day. Head down to Anaheim. I'll be at Disneyland this weekend. You guys be good. Stay tuned for the Ralph Bailey Show. This is the JR Show. Lily, Dad loves you.
This is AM 1180 KERN. Green Acres. This is 96.1 FM. Bakersfield. Online at KERNradio.com.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Steve Peters in Washington. The Trump administration is defending the seizure of an oil tanker off Venezuela despite that country's protests and domestic Democratic criticism. Correspondent Ben Thomas reports.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem told the House panel the purpose was
to ensure that we're pushing back on a regime that is systematically covering and flooding our country with deadly drugs and killing our next generation